Hello Airigami fans, this is Roger again with Airigami tips and tricks. As promised, here is the video. This is the completed Wright Airlines Shorts 360. This was my own personally built template with some improvements over the original template design. Wider fuselage, more scaled to the actual model, and it's also Airigami scaled. I sized it to the same size as the original Airigami Shorts 360 template as far as the side view goes. And of course, I had to shorten the blades on a little bit. The diameter was too big for realism, and it was also the blades were striking the side of the body of the fuselage. The main landing gear is installed. Can't really see if I can get it to look. There it is. There's my disc, wooden disc, dowel stick that I cut out. And then the main landing gear has been, I glued it together kind of using parts of the print, and I tried to make it look a little bit more. I tried to make it look more real. Was the way just kind of tried to give it a real look as the original landing gear. If you look at pictures of it, you'll see what I was trying to accomplish. And anyway, there she is, all finished. Show you some of the other stuff I've done. I promised I'd show you some other Airigami builds. There's a couple of airplane tugs that come from Paris Airport diorama. You have to pay a little bit for a lot of their card models. This is a 1/400 scale. And they have different scales of these card models for your model airports, and I think they look better than the expensive stuff you can get from either like Gemini Jets or the ground surface equipment from Herpa or other manufacturers. Don't remember how many of those make it. Anyway, here's my local airport terminal, as close as I could get it. The picture is actually a real photo taken by a Civil Air Patrol pilot that's a friend of mine. He took this picture for me many years ago from the air side of the terminal. I have copied and pasted it to try to resemble the airport. Has been remodeled. All of gate 1 with one jetway has been added. Anyway, I redesigned a little bit to make it look perfectly rectangled. Instead of some of the building was a single story, and then some of it was had an upper story with restaurant and things in it. If you look at my satellite view from Google Earth, that's what I used to make the roof. You can see there was snow at that time of year, and you can see where how the roof shows the shape of the actual building would have been if I would have tried to copy the whole thing exact. But that is a real photo of the air side of the terminal. The two sides, which I can't get my camera in here on my shelf to show you very well. I can show you the other side, but those photos I was able to somehow manipulate and grab those down off of Google Earth Street View. And the other side of the terminal, the front side, the land side of the terminal, it's not that, it's there, but it's got that big overhang and the limitations of using Google Earth Street View to do that. It's there, it's pasted on the other side, and it looks okay. It serves a purpose. Anyway, here is my personal livery of Allegiant Airlines, and that's on a blank Airigami MD-80 template. I lengthened the exhaust tubes so I didn't have to use the flat blades. I just lengthened them by that much of a distance as how much that flat little tail cone would be sticking out the back, and I just left it a single cylinder. So that's my own design. Of course, I used my own custom landing gear out of the dowel sticks again for both the main wheels and the nose gear. And I thought it'd come out it's really straight. I left the box fold to it like the original template is meant to be folded. Here is a TWA I constructed earlier in my builds. I did use those flat exhaust cones that go into the engine on this model. I tried to curve the top of it, and not so great. It's got some wrinkle. It's got some folds in the curvature that I didn't get it done quite as good as I would like to. Here's a plane This is supposed to be a TWA DC-930. It is in memory of my mother. My mom was only on a plane once in her life, and it was the year she died. She died that December. Our baby was just several months old when we went on this trip, and my wife and me, and we went to visit a family member in Texas that also was a former friend of my mom's and dad's. So my mom and dad went with us on that trip. We flew from Pittsburgh International Airport. We stopped at the Trans World Hub in St. Louis, and then from there we went to Dallas Fort Worth. The return flight was in reverse. The only time she was on a plane, she kind of got sick on the plane. They had to put her on oxygen. She was on dialysis at that stage of her life, and she died that December the 28th of that very year. So I miss my parents. They're both gone, of course, and my dad died a few years after she did. So anyway, that's the Trans World Airline Colors that she flew on. So that plane is in memory of my mother. In the background of that is a Lockheed Jetstar and TWA markings. And again, I left the blades off that go into that engine cylinders and just left them as tubes. And that's my design of a Lockheed Jetstar from the Airigami template. There's my original Shorts 360 on the original Airigami template and Wright Airline markings. And this is again this is a Saab 340 from on the original Airigami template. I put the livery on it. It's Silver Airways. So I wanted to show those to you. I'm going to add a terminal to my little model here, just a small little airport model that got 2 jetways already built. Those jetways and this jetway here, I manipulated this one to look like the one that's on the airport building today, because that jetway comes from the ground level up. These I just built like they come off that second level or the departure level of the terminals today. I don't know, I may end up, I'm going to add another terminal building of a model I got, a commuter terminal model. So I may have to make some of these like this to come from the ground level up to look right on that, to look correct on that new terminal that I add to this this display. And I put my building on my black cardboard, painted black with acrylic paint. I added some yellow markings with some gel pens I got from our local Michael's store. And there's my so-called model airport, and you can see on my printer down there there's a template of a Virgin America Airbus A320neo. I'll be building that in the future too. So anyway, as promised, there's the completed Shorts 360, my own design of the Airigami template. I think it's vastly improved, and that's again not meant to knock the creators of the original templates. I appreciate the website, and I appreciate the new website, Papier Avion. I appreciate them very much. And anyway, that's all I have to share today. So hopefully my next series will be on an upgraded, just the original Airigami template. I've upgraded that Saab 340. I'm going to build another one. I'll show you that template before I sign off. Let me get that off of my place here behind me. Here is the new template. All I did was I found another model that somebody had made a long time ago that I was able to dig up off the internet, another template of the Saab 340, and I took some liberty of copying and pasting some of the items from that model. I replaced my side cockpit windows and pasted them into this Silver Airways template. Here is the engine cowlings that the person that uploaded this model was responsible for those, not me. These will look much better than the original template for the Airigami Saab 340. He also had, I put him in here, he had these 4-bladed props. Instead of using the white disc, I'll be using those. and they may need to be scaled down a little bit, but I can't tell that yet. There's the landing gear that I'm going to use that I pasted into this template. And then of course I'll put my dowel sticks on those. And there's the wings and the tail wing. And I was only able to get 3 copies of it. I basically just put them into the original stack of 5 that the Airigami template had of the Saab 340, because I had to make the template a little higher to get all the stuff that I added into the to the print on the card. So I've got 3 of them on each one, and I'm going to try to figure out how to make my template of that Shorts 360 in case anybody wants it. I was talking to my son. He said there should be a way that you can put that out there on, I don't remember what it is, some kind of storage, and then you can put your link in your YouTube video that people can just go link to it and download those. I didn't know you could do that. I'm going to try to figure out how to do it, so I'll probably make these things available to anybody that wants them. I would upload it to the Papier Avion website under the Airigami X. However, they want everything to be on their original template, so I'm not sure how I can go about that. And I don't know that they would consider the Saab 340 that I've redesigned as an original. I doubt it would be designated that way. So this is Roger signing off, and probably in my next video I'll begin the build of the Saab 340. Thank you.